Welcome to the latest edition of Mville News. I'm Kelly Hyjic. Manhattanville's graduating class is facing an uncertain future due to the economic crisis. As they prepare to leave college life, they are finding that their options are becoming scarce, and the situation is even more complicated for international students. Mario Espinosa explains.
The economy has affected everybody, especially students who are graduating in the near future. Some of the students graduating this year expressed to us their fears, dreams, and goals.
I've actually found jobs at home in Vermont. It is semi-stable right now. Searching for a job in my area of study, in my field, is a lot harder.
I'm getting really nervous because I know that finding a job is going to be hard. I don't think any jobs will be open before graduation.
It's been really hard because right now there's been a lot of layoffs, so the recession hasn't helped me at all. I feel frustrated. I feel like I'm going to graduate and I'm not going to find a job, but who knows? As of right now, yeah, just frustrated.
In this economy, it takes a little bit longer to get a job. I would say that usually the jobs that students get right after graduation are mostly within economics and finance, as well as communications. And then after that, it takes a little bit longer for other students in other areas to sort of find what they're looking for.
According to a survey from National Association of Colleges and Employers, the class of 2009 is leaving campus with fewer jobs in hand than their 2008 counterparts. In comparison, 51% of those graduating in 2007 who had applied for a job had one in hand by the time of graduation.
In 2008, students that graduated had jobs. About 22% of students that graduated had jobs. In 2009, about 24% of students that graduated had jobs. And this year, 21% of students had already gotten a job around that time. And this is of the students that had already responded. We help them to do this through individual appointments. Students are always welcome to come in and make appointments or do it online on our beautiful new website. And we also help them through workshops. We host a lot of workshops, as well as career panels where we bring in alumni to talk about what they're doing.
Manhattanville has connections with elementary schools, so I'm hoping that that'll give me an advantage over other people.
I'm applying to graduate school, so hopefully I can get into school before I need a job. I think people have to come together and create jobs. I think they have to create work for each other. I don't think that we can rely on the market as much anymore.
International students have another aspect of their job search.
Every time I look for a job, usually they're looking for nationals and not internationals. It's been really hard. I haven't heard from a lot of jobs back, or they either never let you know, or they just tell you, oh, thank you for applying, but we're looking for something else.
International students are usually pretty proactive about coming in, probably because they know they have that extra obstacle to overcome with the visa process. So they are generally quite proactive about coming in.
People need to look other places for jobs. I think they need to be very creative. I think the way that people have been looking for jobs in the past few decades won't work right now.
You have to just do everything that you can possibly do. There's no reason or no point in getting discouraged, because that's not going to really get you anywhere. You just have to keep trying every avenue that you can.
Of course I have hope.
I do have hope. It's a matter of waiting, never to give up or get desperate and just like give up on searching. It's just a matter of keep on looking.
On a good note, Adolfo has been accepted to New Harvard Sciences Po Law School in France. He's moving to Paris in August. One of the toughest and most thankless jobs on Manhattanville's campus is resident advisor. In fact, the RAs want you to know that their job is tougher than you might think. As we're about to show you, they have a lot to deal with on and off the job.
Manhattanville College currently has 36 resident advisors monitoring student housing on campus. 13 reside in Spelman Hall. It is their obligation to preserve the overall well-being of the 343 students living there. Not many people understand what it takes to be an RA, even though it can be considered one of the most difficult and underappreciated jobs on campus. Recently, Residence Life held an interest meeting for those applying to be an RA and to give insight about the position.
Being an RA is not just sitting in your room waiting for your night to be on duty and then to go around. We want you to come to our staff meetings. We want you to tell us what's going on with your community. If there's anybody that's struggling, share it amongst us as a staff so that if I'm walking in the halls and I see this resident of yours, I can make sure everything's being okay. And it kind of ties back to that whole feeling of belongingness. We want to make sure that everybody knows that they can go to somebody, that we do not share this information outside of our community. It's really just any opportunity that we can to give people.
They're like our older siblings that you actually wanted.
As an RA, you're supposed to be a model of what our campus policies are all about, and that means there's no underage drinking. It's not like, hey, I'm the RA, so I can do whatever I want, I'm going to party with my residents. It's really like you're almost held to a higher standard. Every single night when the RAs are on duty, they're not just walking around, checking in, saying what's up. They're documenting any damages that are in the hallway. If people are punching out exit signs, litter in the hallways, they're keeping track of all the common space information. If students come up and asking them particular questions, they have reports where they're documenting the questions that they were being asked, so that in case they were unsure about what happened or what to say at the time, I can read through it, my assistant can read through it, and then we can make sure that our staff will be more updated. So it's really like every single night we're inventorying everybody that we bump into, everything that happens, just so that we make sure that everybody's doing well, everything's the way it should be.
When we're on rounds, we have to make sure there's no damages in the building. If there are, we have to write it down. We have judicial letters, we have to deliver those.
Check doors.
Yeah, make sure there's no tomfoolery going on in the hallways.
So programming, this is one of the fun parts of being an RA. You get to have the ability to create 3 socials, which is basically just times to get people together, maybe watching a movie, baking some cupcakes, which is a Spellman favorite, baking period, anything that you can think of outside the box.
You can see I'm busy making my flyers for my programs.
Hey, glitter.
Micro madness. It's not Res Life without glitter.
Basically, those bulletin boards and door tags are something that we do every single month. It can be based off of our building theme, which in Spellman right now, it's Willy Wonka, so it's Welcome Back to the Sweet Life.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so everybody in their section either has a gummy bear or some kind of a Wonka bar or something pretty innovative. And they really do put a lot of time and effort.
We love our RA. Yeah, we love RA. We love all the RAs.
We like to keep our residents happy.
I think we're misunderstood because we're seen as bad people, and essentially we're nice guys. We're not trying to ruin your time. We're just telling you to calm down.
We do.
We do. We're not the bad guys. We're the good guys.
We want you to smile.
You start to understand the job differently when you go through training or when you go through group process and you see what they actually do. And when you hear about what we do. If people could go through training and be shown like RA's daily job, well not daily, but like our rounds and going stuff with us at times, I think that'd be great if we could find a way to like have students hang out with RA for like an hour or 2. I feel like that'd show us in a positive light.
I think people don't give it the proper thought that it deserves. Like people think we're just out there to do bad things and like document them for stuff, but we're really out there like watch you 24/7 and make sure you're not depressed or unhappy and that you're really enjoying your time here. That's why we do programs, that's why we do CBAs, that's why we come and knock on your door at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and just ask you how your day went. We keep our door open during the week and we make meeting times with people. Good stuff. But no one knows that because all they do is see us with the pad and the pen.
We're serious, like at times when we need to be, but we also can have fun, and RAs need love too.
This past January, Manhattanville Dance and Theater students performed Into the Woods, directed by Professor Mark Cherry. For the 8 seniors involved, it was the last time they'd be on stage together as college students. Here's a look behind the scenes of Into the Woods.
My name is Mark Cherry. I'm artist in residence for musical theater here at Manhattanville College. I have been teaching at this school since 1996. I've been full-time here since 2004. I have directed and musical directed 13 productions at Manhattanville to date. I directed and musical directed Into the Woods. I chose Into the Woods for a bunch of reasons, one of them being that this is the largest class of senior musical theater majors we've ever had at Manhattanville. There are 8 of them, and Into the Woods has a lot of featured roles for women, not just a lead, a secondary lead, and a bunch of people in the chorus. So I thought it would provide more opportunities for them initially. It's also a really challenging show to do. It's complicated with music, drama, and there are all kinds of great social lessons to be learned.
Hi, I'm Katrina Gnotic, and I'm a senior musical theater major. And at Manhattanville, I've been in 3 musicals and 2 straight theater productions. I played Cinderella in Into the Woods. Into the Woods is a very well-written and interesting show because it involves so many different fairy tales that we all grow up knowing. And the first act of the show is those fairy tales living happily ever after. Everyone gets what they want. And it's interesting because the second act of the show is life after happily ever after. Like what happens once you get your wish and how things go wrong and how people learn to be careful what they wish for.
It was an excellent group to work with. I have always found with my casts at Manhattanville that students have a great work ethic. They take their work very seriously and they work really well together as a group of people. They bond well and they look out for each other and take care of each other. I think they were really invested in the show. I think they liked the show a lot and that helped them to want to work even harder. The biggest challenges are the ones that we always face here at Manhattanville in that we have small theaters that are not equipped like Broadway theaters. I was very fortunate that Ken Rothschild was designing the show. He has been our set designer for quite a few years now. He came up with a wonderful kind of abstract place for us to play the show that gave us a lot of flexibility to be able to stage it. Mike Lounsbury did wonderful lighting within that. Liz Prince did a great job of costuming the show, so the whole look of it, I think, worked really, really well. But it was a very non-traditional way to stage the show.
Into the Woods is probably the most difficult musical I've ever been a part of. It's written words and music by Stephen Sondheim, who is a brilliant composer, but he's a madman as well. He's very challenging and his music's very complex, musically, rhythmically, character-wise. He writes great pieces for characters to develop. So it was very challenging all around. And it was my last show at Manhattanville College, so it was very bittersweet. It was a great show to go out on. I'm really proud to have been a part of it.
Finally, many people don't even realize that Manhattanville has a radio station, but it's actually one of the most popular organizations here on campus. Julie Ellsbury takes us inside the studio.
Here in the Manhattanville Student Center lies the opportunity for students to express their creativity through the college radio station.
My name is Alyssa Monroe. I'm a sophomore at Manhattanville College, and I am a DJ.
I'm Will Rosedale. I'm a sophomore at Manhattanville, and I'm part of Manhattanville College Radio.
I'm Stephanie Cassano. I'm a sophomore at Manhattanville College, and I'm a DJ for WMVL.
WMVL is our college radio station that is run by the students for Manhattanville students, or whoever's listening to it.
It stands for getting to express yourself and being an individual, being a part of something that's awesome and real and just a great experience for everybody to have while they're in college.
The DJs have the ability to voice their opinion while also playing their favorite music during their show.
Well, in my show, I work with my friend Alyssa, and we goof around. We listen to the music we really like, and we also have a talking section. We have a topic of the week, and then we talk about it and ask anyone if they have opinions to call in. So,
I have a lot of conversations and talk about random things with my co-host. Have a lot of fun, and play music. We get to download any music that we want to, for free. That's in the station, and just have a lot of fun.
And we are back here on WMVLradio.com. Just a couple of reminders. Next Friday, here in the Student Center lobby, we have a techno house party. Imagine going to a club in New York City, People have glow sticks and
I
stuff.
play a lot of alternative rock and top 200 style music, and then I take requests from listeners and anybody who wants to tune in.
Anyone who wants to call and request, just call our hotline at 914-323-3204, extension number 3204, and that's our radio station number. And now let's get back to the music.
We play my show personally, we play top 200 and also a lot of house music.
Me and my partner, we play everything that you would hear on the radio stations itself and more, because we play back in the day songs that are sometimes forgotten about, that we fell in love with.
Besides having their weekly shows, DJs have other responsibilities like hosting events and promoting the station.
The radio station hosts events every semester. We have casino night coming up this semester. We're having a techno house party where DJs get to contribute playlists of crazy techno music that they want to play for International Bazaar.
Although the station is rising in popularity, many DJs believe that it's underappreciated.
I think it is underappreciated. A lot of people don't know much about it, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it if they knew more, and if they listened to it more, if it was more in your face than having to go on the website to listen.
One of the DJs gives us a tour of the studio.
This is where, anybody who really belongs to the club can just sort of hang out in between shows. This is where the board members, I think, have a lot of their meetings. And it's just a nice little space that we're very thankful that Manhattanville gave us in the student center. It's in the brand new building. And we have lots of posters up on the wall.
Well, I really enjoy being a part of WMVL. It's a great club to be in Manhattanville. It doesn't take too much time out of my schedule. I know a lot of people are busy with homework and sports and stuff. So and it's something I enjoy because I really love music, and I feel like a lot of people do love music, so they should definitely look into it.
WMVL is awesome. Enough said.
This wraps up this edition of Mville News. For the entire news team, I'm Callie Hyjic. Thanks for watching.